Since our first time on Earth, we have always been fascinated by our oceans, especially with the introduction of scuba diving in 1943. Ever since then, we have been testing our limits and trying to figure out how deep a person can scuba dive. This arose the question and basis for this video: can we as humans dive to the deepest point in the ocean, more specifically, the Mariana Trench? Now, some brief background info on the Mariana Trench is that it is roughly 36,000 feet deep, which is the equivalent of 6.8 miles. Just to put that into perspective for you, if Mount Everest was at the bottom of the trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. The trench is located 124 miles east of the Mariana Islands and is about 1,500 miles long. It is part of a global network of deep cuts in the ocean floor that form when two tectonic plates collide. At the collision point, one of the plates dives beneath the other into the Earth's mantle, creating an ocean trench. Now then, resurfacing to the question of can we scuba dive to the bottom of the trench, the answer is no. Attempting to scuba dive at this depth will kill you due to frigid temperatures only a few degrees above freezing, as well as extreme water pressure. Pressure at the bottom of the trench is about 8 tons per square inch. This is roughly 1,000 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. If the human body were exposed to these conditions, the diver would die from a combination of hypothermia, as well as the water pressure pushing in on the body, collapsing the lungs and any spaces filled with air in the body. However, this would not completely crush the entire body because the body would fill up with water as the water was being forced into one's mouth, filling the diver's lungs with water and inevitably stopping it from completely being crushed. The current record for the deepest scuba dive is 1,090 feet, with the majority of recreational divers diving only to depths of about 130 feet. However, this does not mean humans have not been to the bottom of the trench. In fact, 2 manned submarine missions have gone all the way to the bottom, the first being in 1960 manned by Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh, and the second was a solo mission led by James Cameron. While it is not possible to dive to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, scientists have been able to go down in submarines, which allows us to further study the environment. What I found interesting when doing my research was all the recent discoveries that have been made from unmanned submarine missions, such as the microscopic invertebrates that live along the serpentine mud volcanoes at the bottom of the trench. These really stood out to me because, according to the researchers at the University of Hawaii, the volcanoes might provide the perfect environment for the earliest life forms on Earth. This could really help in studying the origin of life on Earth, as well as other endless possibilities. With that being said, I believe that it will be a very, very long time, if ever, that a human would be able to scuba dive to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.